blind and I have been blind since I was born. I used to live with my mum and dad and they did an awful lot to look after me, but now I've moved into Rainbow House.
I can't believe it's been nearly 2 years since Susie moved in. Yeah, 2 years this May, as she reminded us yesterday. Seems to have flown past.
True. Yes.
But it's been a really positive move.
It's been better than I could have imagined.
I know.
I just would never have believed only 2 years ago that our daughter would ever be independently living in a community of her peers without needing any input from us and be completely and totally happy and fulfilled.
Absolutely.
I never thought I'd live to see the day. If I'm
I know, the moving home bit was always, the moving away from home was always going to be the hardest thing for us. Always. I always said having her at home was actually the easy bit in many ways, although the care side of it is very exhausting in terms of your worry. You know where she is, she's safe, she's loved, she's looked after. I think moving away was the very scary bit, but I'm reassured on a daily basis. And I think that a lot of that's down to the work that Leandra and Thera Care put in right from the beginning of the compatibility meetings, getting the girls together, talking about the girls individually and really sort of building those relationships so they weren't thrown together, they knew what to expect.
But to see her in a community where she's loving every minute of it, she has her friends, her peers around her, and with people who see their role with her as bringing life to her.
They're enablers. Their roles to enable her to maximise her independence.
I do a lot of things for myself and a lot of activities, but I have help when I need it. I have a care company called Thera and they help me to do things that I can't do. I have lots of friends and my friends in the house help me when staff are not about, and that I get on really well with my friends. I make my own choices. I like to go places, like go to the charity shop for work placement on a Wednesday, go to Wesk on a Tuesday and Thursday, go horse riding, go food shopping at the weekends. I like to go into town at the weekends.
Great.
And she's doing some great stuff out and about as well.
Try that one, please. Let's take it off the hang for her.
That's fine.
No. So can I have your hand, this one please? That's it, and your finger. Step towards me. That's it, very good. So we're going to enter £3 on ladies wear.
Yes.
So if you say £3 please.
£3 please.
And I was really worried when all her therapies dropped off when she left college, particularly her physio and her hydrotherapy, about her physical well-being, but keeping up things like horse riding.
Right as tall as you can. Good. Right, put your arms in front of you. Oh, look at that. Good. Okay, arms up.
Keeping up things like her mobility, which is so important because it's developing all the time. And the mobility officers from Wesker are still involved. And do you remember when she went to Lush, her favourite shop?
Which one do you
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it feel nice and soft?
Yeah.
Oh, and the music group, the music sessions in the house, she absolutely loves. and now we live here, having moved to be close to her.
Yes, 15 minutes down the road.
It's great. She can pop home. We can see her, but she seems to be very. She seems to be very sure of where her own home
I think
is.
the real music to my ears, I never thought I'd ever hear Susie-Jo say this, was the first time she came here after all the building work for a meal, for dinner. And we were on our way here and Susie said, "Dad?" I said, "Yes." She said, "After dinner in the new house," I said, "Yes, I can go back home, can't I?" I thought,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I want.
Yeah. And it makes me realise as well when she does come here, obviously our house isn't fully adapted at all, and it makes me realise just how her own home is so fit for purpose. It's maximising her independence. And I know at West they do a lot of cooking there, and they said she loves it. She gets really involved, but she also has a purpose because she cooks for her friend. Again at Rainbow Living, being responsible for keeping her own bedroom clean and tidy and cleaning her bathroom and changing her bed, all of those things I didn't used to get her to do at home.
No,
or if I tried, she would have refused. Whereas she's kind of embraces those opportunities a lot more in that environment. And what I also love is the fact that Joseph goes round, and she has a friend who goes round. It's so ordinary. He goes round and she cooks him tea. I'm so glad that we did this while we were still both young enough to be a huge part of Susie's life, and that we had the energy if it didn't work out to look at alternatives, because putting all your eggs in one basket is a bit of a gamble. And I think my biggest fear always as well was that if Susie really understood and really answered honestly, she might just say, "I never want to leave home, I want to live with you and Dad forever." So I was kind of frightened to give her the opportunity to say that, because it would have been so painful for me. But now I genuinely don't think she thinks that now. Well, she's told us how it's boring in our house anyway. So along the way, I think meeting Ruth and Rainbow Living, I think we're incredibly lucky.